What is up, my friends? Jesse here with Just Man Sports Cards, coming at today with some cards that I'm going to send off to PSA. I submitted these right at the end of December. What most people don't realize is you have 30 days to get the cards to them. So I had all the cards pretty much around except some really thick cards I had to try to go find some top loaders for. You'll see those later in the order, but this will give you an idea. This is the $15 bulk. Jordan, if you haven't seen the back of these, typically have to look at the corners. And they do have like a slightly round look to them, and that's just natural. So I'm doing 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of them. And so that's the best centered one, if you can tell from there. The edge. And then this is probably the least centered one. Then sometimes the hardcore heroics can be like a little, what to call it. None of these are it. So I anticipate 8s and 9s with all these. Nothing less. I've looked them over pretty thoroughly. Thunder and Lightning. I had an 8 on the last one that I sent in. So supposedly these glow in the dark. This one looks pretty clean. That's the Penny Saver. A little whiting down here. More Jordan. 3 of these. Oh, and one's a members only. So this is the members only. A little more whiter on the edges on this one. But I'm still guessing an 8. And then these have a shot at 9. These, they can grade really. I've seen grades all over the place. It's sometimes hard to tell what they're looking for. This does have some surface scratches on it. It's hard to see from being packaged up. So I could see an upcharge on this if it scores well, and I'm okay with that. But I'm gonna just sneak it in at 15, and then if I get an awesome grade, I'll pay up. No worries. Quick strikes. These are also ones that are hard to tell how they're going to grade. So if you're not used to trying to grade these, see that, like, I call it paper loss or surface loss. And then you can see like some stress issues over here. So 8s and 9s are worth quite a bit, but if I get docked for a 7, I don't want to pay up for the grading fee, so that's kind of why I'm putting them in there. A lot of these are on the cusp, and I'm just pressing my luck. Some of these cards I bought like quite a while ago, 18 months ago or something like that. Sick Jordan. Dirk, if you've been watching the channel, I got these in the same lot. This one's definitely off center, so you would call that off center, top to bottom. But if you look at the other cards, the numbering's a little over. And then to me, this is possibly Dirk's best rookie. This is my second copy of it. I lucked into this lot, and it was like 17 or 20 of his rookie cards. It's on my channel on like one of the weekly pickups, and I got it for a great deal. I could tell the guy was just wanting to move it. So this is a card I'm not super familiar with, but I was looking at them. I've been picking them with Timmy. This is standard on all of them. And then these are typically big ticket cards because they're numbered to 500. This listing was mislisted. Sometimes I just search like a certain player and just if I'm bored at night, I just scroll through and see what there is, and then sometimes you catch stuff like this, and eventually some people will catch on to it, and they'll get bidded up, but it won't go for what it normally goes for. 1999 SPX. There's Jordan's got like 4 inserts in that, and there's some of my favorite. I really just like that pose and picture of him. The SPX Extreme. I picked this up. It was labeled like a refractor lot, and it said water damaged in the title. So then you had to go down to the listing and read through it, and it was like 5 of the 8 cards were water damaged, but not this one. So I reached out to the guy. I made sure, uh, and then these are out of 288. Possibly one of my favorite Dr. J cards. They're just sick. I graded one of these and I got a 10. So, and these have really crept up. So we're gonna get into some banger stuff now. Um, this one's going in at the $15 level too. I haven't put it in the top loader yet, just because the top loaders was really taken away from the pictures. And how you basically do these, if you're curious, is don't put these in a card saver, because it'll just mash the edges and it'll round them, and you'll get dinged really bad by the time they get to your card or whatever. So you just stick it in the top loader, and then I typically put 2, and then kind of how they can easily peel it. Um, this is 2019 VIP National Party, so you had to be invited to the VIP, and these are 210. So I've only seen like 1 or 2 of these ever, and then if you see the buy it now is the people just have really high prices, so you kind of have to wait for auctions. But then there's other people, so you still have to bid strong. It wasn't cheap, and that little ding there is just on the plastic. UD Black, I think 2008. This has got some dinged up corners. It's a thick card. I wouldn't be surprised if I got a 6 or something like that. It's got scratches too on the surface. I looked over pretty well. Yeah, 5 or 6. But this is just cool. Game used. Um, it's been certified that was used in an NBA game. You just don't get that anymore. So I misspoke. 06, 07, UD Black. It's just sick. Because I'm trying to build my Dr. J PC, but just in a different way. So the next 3 are my cards at $50. In 8s and 9s, these go for over 600. I've looked it over pretty well. I mean, you can see some edge issues there. These are noted for greening. His arm is starting to green a little bit. This is the refractor. It says it right there. 8's a good grade. 9 would be a big bump. People do collect Michael Jordan's refractor run. I probably overpaid for this at the time, the raw, but they don't pop up that often. One raw recently just popped up. It's started at 700. I don't know what it's going to end at. It's a Jordan insert to 500. So you've seen some of his other stuff. This is his last beam team. So if you want to complete his beam team run, you need this card, and then it's numbered. This is peeling up a little up here. So I'm hoping for an 8 or a 9 on this. And then this one I haven't put in a top loader either. Panini Lux. I forget the year on this, but they made some really sick auto cards out of 25. I think there's different versions. I forget which this one is called. But then the white, I really liked it. There's a surface thing there, so this is whatever comes back, 6, 7. I'm cool with. Maybe on the surface they're gonna really hammer me on that and give me a 5. I don't know. But I think with the red on the PSA it'll look fine. And then I'll just have this card protected. So $50 seems a little steep. This card wasn't cheap, but the main thing is just get it protected, and then I don't drop or do something stupid. Anyways, that's all I got. You can kind of see the mind into what I'm doing. I'm not going to submit anything else until they run specials or the prices come down. This is kind of my fine line. 15 is fair, but I don't have a bunch more to submit at 15. If they drop to 12, I'll probably go through, and the market's going to have to come up too. That's another thing for a lot of these cards. So let me know. Are you guys submitting cards still? Has it gone down a lot? I don't plan on submitting anything in January unless, like I said, the prices have to change. If you're new to the channel, as you can probably just tell, mostly 90s. I do venture into the 2000s. I do have some vintage stuff that I have a decently strong knowledge on. Probably for vintage basketball, probably one of the top vintage knowledge for people on YouTube, but definitely not in the hobby. Let me know what your favorite card is, and if you haven't liked the video yet, do that, and feel free to subscribe, and hope everyone has a great week. Later.